Alright, so this is going to be one of those videos. Probably going to be about 30 minutes in length, no less or no more. We'll see if it's just 35 or even 40, 42. But 30 minutes because I need for at least 4 topics, and this will make sense as I go along, especially towards the end. I'm going to talk about the Maze Runner, including the sports trials, including the books actually, if I have a way to explain that. So we're going to talk about the Maze Runner, the Olympic Games, including the ones for 2028 and 2022, let alone 2024 of last year. We're going to talk about Virgo North Node, Pisces South Node, and finally, we're going to talk about cancer culture. You guys who are the OGs, you know when I have those headlines where I'm going with this. You already know who this is going to be about, and I mean who it's going to be about, and even further. Let's get into it, guys. Okay, so first of all, let me just clarify that was not going to be a whole video. I'm just like having it in for the fan. No fucking way. But I would have done that like a Schaefer mode, like or Southern Powder mode. But like I'm not that guy good at like casual content. But I'm not good at casual. I'm not good at casual content. I'm not good at casual content. I'm a quality content creator. I don't focus on things that are not gonna go on my channel. Yet my channel doesn't technically go anyway. So I'm between hobby and career. It's a little mixed up. Anyways, no editing for this one unless I edit the scenes about each one. So Maze Runner. Maze Runner is a book written by a man who I don't know, but I'm pretty sure he's on the same level as DJ McHugh and Mick Riordan would be for Percy Jackson and Dendron, Bobby Dragon, the Great, and all that stuff. But it's not a dark fantasy. What Maze Runner is not a dark fantasy. It's more like a science fiction fantasy. So Maze Runner is a fantasy story about a boy who is spawned into a maze that incarcerates and coerces people into their own prisons, but the maze itself is its own prison, and the wardens are prison themselves. So it's like an expanded onion. Like you got the circular, like it's like kind of phases of spirals. So you got the middle layer, which is the maze running area. Then you got the incarcerations in between, which are people imprisoning you there in the first place, let alone in our cabins. And outside were the wardens who are also trapped, and it's a big mix up. It's so interesting, right? This is kind of like if you notice this with Harry Potter, with Mockingjay, with Diary with the Kid, Captain Underpants, Origami King, or some other good ones, Divergent. All of these and Alex Rider, like I said, Percy Jackson and Dendron, Bobby Dragon the Great. With a lot of these children's series, the one thing in common between a lot of teenagers and children is that they have to have something that entertains them. They has to get their attention in the moment. And what other better way to get that with the action-packed features and storylines of the Maze Runner? Now, Maze Runner on YouTube has just been released for the movie adaptation and its sequels. And there's 2 of them on YouTube for free. You can watch them, and you can also buy the books on Amazon for whoever knows how much money that costs. I don't have the ebook for that, but I'm sure it's fun. I'll even look it up if I have time. Do I have the Kindle over here somewhere? It's downstairs. Maybe. Let me see. There it is. Okay, my Kindle's right here. Can't talk about books without having an ebook, right? But before I get into the page looking for Maze Runner, let me just clarify real quick that I read a lot more than you guys know. Like, I make videos every once in a while about books. I'm not a booker myself. I want to be a booker, but I don't book. I want to decorate my house, but I don't decorate. I want to drive a car, but I don't have a license or a permit. Is that projection? I don't know. I'll look for it quick. Store. The Maze Runner. I didn't even prepare this for any research. You can tell I didn't research anything. Let alone for quality content. But I'm not even a hobby creator, so whatever. I'm not a hobby creator. I'm not a internet connection. Okay, that's fine. Settings, please. So when he wrote the books, I'm pretty sure he knew like Riordan and McHale and Kenny and Dav Pilkey, that when his children's content was going to get popular, his teenage content rather, that when it's going to become popular, was he going to just be like, okay, now I'm going to just throw and not write Maze Runner anymore? Of course not. Especially, dude, Jeff Kinney, when he wrote Diary of a Kid, he did not give up. He's like, these books end when I end. He pulled a Jeff from Clarence. He's like, if you die, I die. He's like, what the fuck? Jeff, my boy, good job, but holy shit, you have a life to live, you know? Even Jimmy Gownley has a life to live, like the one who wrote Emily Rules. A lot of these children's comics and cartoons and children's fiction and like Maze Runner, right? Like teenage fiction, teenage adult, young adult fiction. These are all ages sometimes, but they're not really. But so in Maze Runner, the guy who's trying to escape the maze with his friends and foes, he's very intuitive. He takes his time. He's like 9 for Sharon. He's all like 9. He behaves in a very inquisitive way. He's a little clumsy, but he gets the hang of the things. It's a little cliche you'll see in anime manga sometimes, but he tries to escape the mazes in his own time, and he finds out over time how to actually like behave while still negotiating what he wants. Kind of like Nine in a lot of these characters that can do that. Like a lot of these characters, like even Harry Potter. Like Harry will do that in Harry Potter. He'll negotiate how to do this right, but he still has to have a spine. And at the same time, he has to have fun, right? You can't be bland the whole time like an anime manga, not like the anime, not like the all those character tropes, all the character tropes from anime manga, not like that shit. No. They gotta actually behave. Yeah, they can't be fooling themselves and win anyways. Get all the bitches and blow. No, they gotta actually behave. Imagine if there was an anime for Harry Potter on YouTube. There was like the SpongeBob one, but like different. But yeah, Maze Runner. That's Maze Runner. Scorched Trials is a bit more different. The Scorchers themselves are really cool because they're designed like kind of like if you actually know what Shankers 9 is, then the Scorched Trials will be a freaking breeze. The zombies like for the zombies DayZ style stuff, and the Scorchers themselves, which are I think that's what they call the robots, but they look a lot like Winged Beasts, but more sophisticated and comprehensive. Sorry, I didn't say that, but Maze Runner, in a lot of ways, reminds me of the Olympic Games because a lot of these actors, these Korean pop stars. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Okay. Just ignore me for a second. These actors, right? These Gen Z. Okay. These actors are very athletic and charming people. They have to be cast for these roles in the first place. But at the same time, they're very like charming and witty, and the way they're intuitive with acting. They have to be. They have to be in order to be acting like that. They don't cast just about anybody for these roles. So the people that chose to maze run were very like athletic and strong people. They knew what they were doing. They have very good intuitive sense. They're good scavengers. They're good at like focusing on a task. The main character wasn't necessarily like that. He was very kind to his friends and people he just met and people he happened to know, vice versa. And he was very intuitive to how to behave physically, mentally, and spiritually, emotionally, all that. But when it came to how he navigated the maze himself, he was willing to. He didn't take all the super risks, but the ones he was willing to take, he actually cared about. So he prioritized his risks, if that makes sense. I don't do that. I'm too daring, anyways. I don't know any better. But that kid definitely in the story he did care. But so when he goes inside the male base with the Asian and the black guy, who almost dies, he goes there for the night. That one risk he'll take. He won't fucking take a risk for anybody. But that one Asian guy he did care about. So he would take a risk for him. He would jump in for him, but he won't jump in for anyone else. Sad. But there's something really interesting. Even with the way that first movie ended, there's something very interesting about like the concept of having the best for last or the best for only. I'll get into that in a later video, but I'm being very abstract here for a reason. But sometimes people only show you the best cherry picking parts of themselves because they don't want you to think of how they are in a private way, in a mind your own business kind of way, in a very reserved, introverted kind of way, and even a Virgo Sun way. I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna get into her in a second. I promise. She's a long-time friend of mine, but I'll get into her in a second. I'll explain everything. So, that was Maze Runner. Now we're gonna explain the Olympic Games. The Olympics are it's a worldwide ancient history kind of like celebration of the best athletes in the world. And you have the best of the best for everything. The fastest man, woman, the strongest man, woman, the most cunning and intuitively flexible and dexterous men and women. Swimming, swimming, sumo, bicycles, pole vaulting, disc throwing, track and field. get into that in a second. What else they got? Fencing. They got all these things that without prejudice, without discrimination, and without racism, sexism, disability, sexual orientation, sexual gender, without any of that in the way, what is this really about? Your physical health. Your physical salt body, not even in an astrological sense. Your actual physical form, this human experience, this human form. If you don't have this in check, you can't make it to the Olympic Games. And they know that. If you can't do it right, the way they know that you have to, the way you know you have to, if you can't be physically healthy, you will never fucking make it. And I know that. And that's why I'm trying to get my act together anyways. But I always wanted to go in and enter myself since, literally, I kid you not, since 2010, since McKean was born. I knew about the 2008 Olympics because I heard about them. And 2012 was like, okay, now I have to get in. But like, I knew this since like McKean was born, that since 2010, 2011, it really didn't start picking wind for me until 2012 and 2015. That's why I was like, really like, okay, we have to stop eating junk food. Even though I don't see myself as a sweet tooth. That's a long story already. I don't see myself as a sweet tooth. But I would always like eat the healthiest food on diet. I would always work out and exercise to my best of my own ability. I would try to participate in marathons. I would swim a lot, run a lot, jog a lot, spin a lot, walk a lot. Do you know this is why I walk around my house all the time? I always kept moving my body. This is why I would brag about this damn shit. I would brag about it for like twice on YouTube already on the same channel, this one. I brag about these legs because this was partially a side effect of me wanting to participate in the Olympic Games. For many, many years, I always wanted to go in. Not just in marathons around the city and elsewhere, but in the actual Olympic Games. Any of the 4 to 2 year segments. Any Winter Olympics, any Olympics, minus Paralympics. No, fuck that shit. Seriously. No Paralympics either. No, that's retarded. But I would actually want to get in. And this would be any Olympics. Like 2008, 2012, 2016, 2021, 2024, 2028, 2032. That's the one I'm focusing on. Because that's in Australia, I think. Okay, the next one's in LA. And the next one after that is in Australia. So, like, this one was recently in Paris, right? They just covered it, like, a few months ago. We're done with that one. We're done with it. But, like, and the one before that was obviously, in London, I think. No. That was in Rio. That was in Rio? No. 16 was in Rio. What was Japan? Was 20 Japan? No, I think 2036 is Japan. I don't want to wait too long. I'm growing older the more time goes on. I don't want to wait too long to get in the Olympics. But that being said, my athletic capability, especially my sprinting ability and my cross-country ability and my track and field ability, I brag about it not because I'm full of shit or full of myself, but because I want to become the fastest man in the world. And a lot of people don't know this about me, but that was why I would pace around my room all 24/7 for many, many years. That's why I would go sprinting and jogging and walking and all the other good stuff. That's why I would do it. Because I secretly wanted to make it to Olympic Games. Not just to have a physical, healthy body without being an athlete for some reason. Not to throw shade on Danny the architect. Not to even be better than, and we'll get into it in a second, that Virgo sun. It's because I wanted to be, not even better than that other Leo sun. But, Olympics. And one more thing about the Olympics. Bryce Wilson, thank you for writing the book How to Be a Winner. And even Jordan Green, for that matter. Ice Cold JT. Ice Cold JT. Back with another video. You read the title. It's about the Olympic Games. Again, the third time in a row in this whole channel history. But, damn, if I participate in even like one marathon, people are bragging about my legs anyways. They brag on my legs since like 2017 because I participated in a dodgeball tournament. But that was fun. But I've seen people, I've had close friends and family tell me that if I don't participate in the Olympics, they will actually disown me. No, I'm just kidding. Like, that's some real shit. Freaking 27-year-old wants to go in the Olympics since he was like a teenager. Since about McKean's age, actually. Since McLean's age, wants to go in the Olympics. But could never find out way to. I don't know why. But maybe it's because I have, I don't know, too many hobbies and interests. I don't even like the word hobby and interest. I don't like the word interest. But this better not make it to the scroll wheel thumbnail. Regret. But yeah, that's Olympics. And then what else we got? I have my North Node is in Virgo. my south node is in Pisces. And recently, we're going through a Pisces north node, Virgo south node exchange. So what's happening right now in the astrological transit is that I'm actually opposite the node system right now with my birth chart. And progressed or not, you may say it like that, but right now there is a transit that is opposite my birth chart. And I don't know how to transit. I found a little bit of research on YouTube about this. What it would mean is beautiful. Just be yourself, follow your dreams, and still okay. Because like Virgo's like I analyze, right? And then Pisces is I dream. And then I'm supposed to come back to Earth, kind of like a star man, do 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 do, star man, do 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 do. Now, anyways, no more tea coffee, guys, for the rest of the evening. But like, I'm supposed to come back to Earth, star man. I'm supposed to come back to Earth, Virgo, right? Virgo energy. I'm supposed to come back to Earth and find home within myself. Home is where the heart is, right? And then Pisces is like, okay, follow your dreams, but don't get too lost off the ground. Face your reality. I have a fortune up here that says the same thing, basically. I have a fortune. It says the exact same thing. It says, it says, your friends flatter you, but keep your feet on the ground. Right here. Yeah, right here, right here. I found this in the guitar. I had fortune cookie fortunes in my guitar for the rest from Akeem McLean, which I'll read later, but that's a different story. She can even take off the Lucy Dacus label if she wants, but I already did the first time. Julian Baker and Phoebe Bridgers. But here it is. An important discussion involving you will take place today. That's the wrong one. Fuck. I'll put it back in the guitar. See, I have shit in the guitar. I put them inside them all the time. But the thing is, there are two people I know in my life that have Virgo sun, and both of them are very profound people in my life. The first one is Fernando Perdomo, and he just happens to be into astrology. He's in the same level as Auntie Karen, Leo King, and Abbas about School for a Better Life. Roland and Lucas are amazing people, by the way. Karen's amazing. David's amazing. The lot of you are very good people. A lot of Sage. A lot of you are good people. Even Richmond Lomb. I'll be very frank about that. And Mike from Peace Dealer. A lot of you are some of the best people I have ever met in my life. Even akin to people like my father, Gopa, Crime Gaming, as in Moriarty, Crazy Rocking for Silken Sections. A lot of you are very beautiful people. Very. And I don't know why it took me forever to meet people like you guys, just to find out that I was so beautiful myself, but there you go. We're not showing this like 24 minutes. Okay. The other Virgo, so it's like the Virgo sun, so Fernando, so Fern, like Legacy of Darkness, Fern Mamba from Rick Robots, but like Fernando Perdomo and Kitty and Hansel. But like Fernando, magic, poof. Fernando is an astrologer, an occultist. So he made a school called New Alex, aka the New Alexandria School of Astrology and Occultism. Kind of like based on the Egyptian New Alexander, because he named it after the Alexander that came off of Egypt, right? The Egyptian version, kind of like what Shaved Lion King would talk about, the pharaoh and all that. Same difference, but Professor Fern made a school dedicated to occultism, astrology, and tarot, and I'm like, yes, please, take my $10,000 right now for tuition, and it's like, I didn't join the September 2022 semester, which by the way, September is Virgo season, so fuck it. But like, that's Virgo season unironically. But Fernando made that class 3 years apart, 3 to 4 years per semester, and does one at a time. Let me just say, for like, Professor Perdomo is a Chad. He is an awesome Virgo sun. He's an awesome Virgo sun. He actually gets his shit together. He's careful eventually. He's fluid eventually. He is fair eventually. But he does a lot more right than wrong. And that's not by mistake, not especially for his age. He's very good about older people still being charismatic and healthy. He's very good about youngsters having perspective and new ideas. But most importantly, he's happy where he is because he knows what he's doing for a very good reason. And I respect that about Fernando a lot. And his research on certain like signs for men and women are very profound. I will look at this up for everybody. Aquarius, Gemini, Taurus, Capricorn. I will do even people I don't have any records yet. I haven't so much an experience with maybe Capricorn in Libra, but maybe not so much Gemini. But more over time, at least. But you know, okay. Now we're going to find into the part of the video that I need to be a little bit more cautious about. The other Virgo sun in question, besides Fernanda Perdomo, is Emma Townsend. Do you remember this girl that in Waltrip High School, Stephen Poole Waltrip High School, where I knew this athletic and smart girl who knew my brother actually across the room. He knew my brother, and he also knew some other family members of mine as well. So she knew the Cashman family, faintly. Emma knew us, fairly, since Hamilton. I didn't know her since Hamilton, but some people did. So did Clarissa, but that was a little different. Emma knew who we were, and so when she entered high school with us, same way as Clarissa, Emma would know that I was actually here in this lifetime to do my own thing for whatever reason. Emma is kind of like Caitlin Washington in the sense that it's like Westview Elementary. Emma is also a bit of a rather diligent Christian Catholic girl. Same as same as like Raven Furlong. Same as even some others that we know. Jockton from Waltrip, for instance. Like Jockton was very good at Christianity. If I see Jockton in my high school reunion, that'd be pretty cool. But because George Sucker and St. Mary are trying to go anyways. I saw Miss Bell in Hamilton earlier last month, so that was pretty cool. But my older brother didn't approve of that, but screw him. So Emma Clair Townsend, Facebook or Instagram or you name it, TikTok, Snapchat. She is very good at the stereotypical lenses for Virgo suns, which is to analyze their situation. She was very good at calculus in high school. She was very good at respecting people and keeping to herself. She didn't have really many friends. She had associates that she had, and Spoonie would tell me this in Waltrip. Like Witherspoon, she would tell me this. Reese Witherspoon, Stephanie Witherspoon, the robotics teacher, the National Society of Robotics teacher, who happens to be an engineer and also the National Society. That one, that Spoonie. Long time no see, right? Emma was a very good girl at that point in our lives. She had a very brave older brother and a Chad oldest brother, and there's no one. I don't think there's no one else. Like there's Ben Townsend, there's Benjamin, Joseph, Emma, and that's about it. So Benjamin was a Chad at building quadcopters and even being a leader for even Joseph looked to him. So Joey would look up to him and not hurt his sister too much because he's very actually Joey is very protective of his sister anyways. Because Joey was very playful with us, with Zachariah and Hernan and some of the other ones. Like Andrew 1, Andrew 2, Andrew 3, how many Andrews do I need to count? Roll, Nick, Wes, David, a lot of guys, Jockton, Tommy. I miss you guys. I miss my high school friends. I miss my middle school friends. I saw Christopher Allen in the expo since Waltrip. I didn't talk to him ever since. I miss Facebook, dude. I miss you guys. I miss Facebook. I don't know why they won't let me back on. It drives me crazy. Like, I told Ms. Bell about that, and it was weird. I miss you guys. I still see St. Mary and Junior Soccer every once in a while. I want to see you guys for the high school reunion because if I don't, that'll be weird. So, anyways, in closing, Emma Townsend and I, Tony Cashman, were this sucks to explain. We were involved in a cancer culture incident that lasted no more than 2 months, and it had a lingering feeling for more than 20 years, or felt like it was over 5 years, right? End card content. For that alone, I don't know what Heather's problem was. I don't know what many girls' problem was with me and since Incrediboss or Gang Action 2. I don't know what their problem was. I'm John Barry Cashman Jr.'s son and Sylvia Leal Cashman's son. Why would Tony Cashman, why would the Anthony Barry Cashman do anything bad to people that care about him?